Hey, welcome back to Dark Souls. This bit you haven't seen because last time I wasn't recording. I'm going to put a link to that video where, well, video is a strong word. I'm going to put a link to the video where I get to where I am. But you'll only hear it. It was only audio, not video. So I'll put it on in case anybody's interested. If you're not interested, I am not offended. You know, if you got this far, I'm happy with you. Don't worry about it. So where are we? Basically, we are stuck in a painting. The bonfire. What happened to us is we went through a painting and we ended up on a rickety bridge, and then the rickety bridge has no way back out. So, as per the shores of hell, the only way out is through. So, we're in the Painted World, which is a kind of fortress slash monastery that doesn't really exist in Dark Souls, but it does also exist. Like, obviously we're here, so it exists. And it's full of stuff, so obviously the game devs developed it. That's not up for debate. As far as in-world lore is concerned, this is where all of the things that shouldn't be end up being put. And that's kind of true in terms of its graphics design and its layout and how what enemies are here, etc. Because this is mostly made of things that struggle to make sense in the Dark Souls world proper. Enemy concepts that were cool but didn't have a place. Things that were kind of too good to not use, but also didn't fit in with the rest of the game as much. Obviously, there's still a lot of shared aesthetics, etc. So they're not mad. I mean, compared to some of the other stuff in Dark Souls, that some of it is actually kind of vanilla. But it's not. It's not awful stuff that shouldn't be here or whatever. It's not trash. It's just stuff that they couldn't find a proper place for in the main part of the game. So here we are. So this fortress is kind of populated with hollows, and it's populated with these toxic little guys. You can breathe fireballs on us. That's quite annoying. These mutated guys, these mutated hollows, can breathe fire at us, which is kind of cool. It's a new thing that not a lot of things can do. And they also explode into a toxic mist, which is awful, because the last thing you want to be is toxic. Because they'll just eat our health. So we're playing with the halberd, which is a distance weapon. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was just talking about that. Anyway, now that we're toxic, we can't be toxic again. That being said, this toxic eats our health. Look at the state of it. There's too much toxic here to heal through, so what we're going to have to do is get our purple moss clumps, the balloony purple moss clumps. Once we've got a little space to ourselves to think. Are there any more of these dudes? I don't think so. Oh, maybe one here. Right, wicked. Okay, so let's just detoxic ourselves, because I don't fancy being toxic and healing through that. Oh, what? He's not dead. if you kill them with fire, then what? Then they don't explode with toxic mist. However, I don't have a weapon that does fire damage. So, last time we died over there. Oh, we made our way back nicely. So, what killed us over here? Great question. Great question. Could put ourselves and find out. So over here is what killed us. Better technique for killing it. Well, it didn't kill us. The gravity in the situation. Because I got kind of stuck on its collision. So what we're going to do is we're going to bait out its poison breath on one side. Whack it with the thing. Roll off. Whack its leaks. And then run again. So we're just kind of baiting out its attacks on either side. At the moment. So I can tank it here. So I can't see. Oh, come on, man. What the hell? Right, lock in this one. Oh, it's not a good idea. How much damage did that do? Man, that is brutal. Give me the vomit attack. So when we hit its floor, it is still doing the damage. That's good. We're going to not lock on. So we can hit in the head. Oh, man. Oh, what? Just like with any of the bosses, this one isn't really a named boss, but it is something of a mini boss, I guess you could call it. There's a certain amount of learning the attack patterns and exploiting that you've got to do. Amazing. No, we're around about half health down. This vomit will make us poisoned at least. I don't think that connected. That connected. Oh, we're being greedy. We're being greedy. We're getting poisoned-ish. Doesn't seem to be that bad, but it does hurt in itself. Oh, let's sip of the OJ. Sip of mine. Today we're drinking a nice red echo. Just check that we are still recording, which we are. That's great news. Hey, down. And that opens up the trying to get nice. That opens up the route to the exit, sort of. One of the weird things about the undead dragon is it leaves its arse over here, which we can't normally move except if we do a jump attack. It will bug out, and then we can drop down. There's still some stuff we want in here though, I think. So we're not going to go straight away. Although 21k souls is quite handy. Let's put our shield back up. Because what we want to do is we want to go down the other side of this. The Colosseum. I don't know if it's Colosseum. we want to go down the side of it, and we might also want to go up the top of it, and let's follow those bird. You didn't see the bird dudes. There are bird dudes, and we hate them. So that's the way we came in. And there you can see in here, there's loads of cool stuff, including these guys. Ah, pancake, excellent. And this is one of the reasons why we like this weapon, because it's nice and powerful. Those guys will actually fall to their deaths if you can get them to do it, which is interesting as they've got wings, although they didn't fall to their deaths. It's too far for us to drop safely. Let's heal up a little bit. I think once we get back to the real world, it might be worth us getting some heavy armor. Red Sign Soapstone, interesting. Red Sign Soapstone is an online play item. And what it does is it puts down a sign just like what you might see for one of the summons we've been using, with the exception that what happens is it creates an invasion sign. So it's a press this thing if you'd like to be invaded thing, which is a little bit cursed in my opinion. And that's probably why it's here. Oh no, we can't do that. I was baited into it. We're going to be fucked now, aren't we? Yeah, a little bit. Woof. I'm sure there was another one here. Locked by some contraption. Interessante. This is the way out, but it's not the way in. We can also go through the fog door, which, if I remember right, takes us to the bridge. Or does it take us somewhere else? Let's find out. I think it takes us somewhere else, actually. Yeah, it takes us into the phalanx. That one takes us to the bridge. Let's have a look at this. So here we've got these guys. Now behind that door is the bonfire, so let's sprint over there. And then we're in the kind of bottom half of this level. We don't have to worry too much. And then we've got our shortcut, just like the overworld. Shortcuts everywhere for those with eyes to see. Oh, we do decent damage against these, that's good. These guys. Ah! Some kind of mess. What is this? I expect, as usual, there's some kind of awful lore behind these guys. But for the time being, they're just awful dudes with spears. Oh, and some obvious bait. Excellent. Maybe we should get back onto the halberd. Nice one. And we can cut on this guy. And there's our phalanx. And what else, what else, what else? Oh, this bit. This bit's kind of bad news. There's a switch down here which opens the door that we were looking at. There's also loads of those bone wheel skeletons. I'm not so keen on them. In fact, nobody is. There's one behind this. We can hit it hard enough, it kind of falls apart, which is handy. It's going to kind of bait us into getting further into this part than we really want to be. Because it has a load of mates in here that we don't really want to tangle with. Hopefully get a bone wheel shield drop around. You might not be able to see them in the dark, but there's two of them over there. My second screen is way too bright for some reason. You don't hear me complaining because I can see these guys in the dark. Eating my health. Maybe I'm healing too early. I think that's all I need here for now. Oh no, there's one in the light. Still, 2 decent hits with the Freihander takes him down. Not too much fuss, that's what I like. Solo Brave Warrior. Whatever the hell this is. I just realised the little girl has a dog's face. Weird. Anyway, that's good news because that gives us a straight run to the exit of this area. From the bonfire. One of these has the key that we're after. Bring it out into the open. They're incredibly dangerous in the tunnels. That's not what we want. They also seem to do us a little damage just by kind of touching them, which is a little bit awful. So I'm going to walk around with the shield up, just in case we get hit with one by surprise. There's one. means that most of the bosses are here. Annex key, that's what we're after. Okay, cool. That's good to have. Is there anything else in here that we want? Another skeleton. I don't think there's anything more important than the annex key, which is fine. There's a couple of jobs we want to do in here before we go. First off, let's move this shit out of the way of my elbow. Right, so that's where we were. That's the phalanx. We're not interested in the phalanx at the moment. Phalanx, if you're nasty. We've probably got enough souls for 1.5, maybe 2 levels. So let's set them on fire. Let's find out what we need. Chug. So a quick look up at what the soft cap is for. Because I'll give you DS1. Soft cap is 30 for HP, so we've got a little bit extra to go. We need to start thinking about having better stuff, really. A little bit of strength and improve the weapon, not a bad idea. What we want is some humanity. We've got an invader in here that we want to enjoy. So there's an invader to enjoy, and then there's an optional boss at the end, which I think we might go for a change of pace. I don't usually go for it. Phalanx is back where it belongs. We're going to come down here. When we get close to the bottom, Xanthus King Jeremiah is going to come up, which is a pretty cool name, pretty cool looking dude. There's some stuff down here we might want as well. I think Jeremiah has a sorcery that's kind of fancy. We want to get rid of these hollows if we can first, because the last thing we need to do is be a mob. At the same time as we've got an invader, even an NPC, he's quite powerful. He's a fairly strong pyromancer. Who will cause us all sorts of problems if we're not careful. I think it's good. There's some ambient whispering, which is pretty cool. Soul of the Proud Knight. Soul of the Proud Knight. King Jeremiah. Look at this dude. Still a little pancake time. He's got Chaos Fire Whip, which is really cool pyromancy. It's kind of whip spell, obviously, but it leaves fire on the ground like the spider did. And that should be him. Woof. Oh, he was doing curse damage. Nice. Oh, we got the notched whip. Nice. Okay. That was loads of souls. We could level up another couple of times. And I am tempted. So let's go. Let's do it. So one of the problems with this painted world is if you get here before you're ready for it, you are stuck here. Which isn't great. I'm starting to see diminishing return on this now. So when we get back to the real world, we're going to have to find a blacksmith and upgrade our weapon, I think. Or perhaps just get good. And these hollows, whilst they look kind of fragile, will make light work of us if we're complacent. Okay. I think we could probably stand to upgrade our endurance a little bit. Next job is to get into the annex. I can't remember what's here. But there is something that we want in here, if I remember right. Just check. We're definitely still recording. Last thing we want is to be toxic around here, because we're running out of resources to fix it. Okay, so what we want to do is we want something. Is it in there? Yeah. Another dead blacksmith. Definitely interested in that. And we're also interested in some... That halberd is not doing us a lot of good at the moment, especially against these beardy guys. These ones feel tougher than the ones on the in the tower, possibly because they're not falling down every. Velka's rapier, which I think, if I remember right, is like a rapier that does damage based on intelligence or something like that. Ah, now we're toxic. Great. Right, fine. Looks like we're doing this thing stupid. Dark Ember. Cool. clan legate. It's a bit of a cheese, granted. Right, where are we going now? We need to go back to where we came from. We could do with going back to the bonfire. Maybe? I don't know, actually. I don't think we've got a lot of more opportunities to get very toxic. But we've got plenty of other stuff going on, so let's not worry about it. Just use the consumables. Consume the consumables. There's some cool stuff in there we don't want. We go down here. Ready for a bit of a jump scare, I think. Oh, come and fight with us. We're only archers. But then there's another couple of guys coming behind you. We know your tactics. Ooh, 4 of a match. Very nice. And there's the big guy. This is what that was distracting us from. Fortunately, this right-hander, we can stagger him pretty hard. What if we can do the same to us though? Drop anything cool? Time that shot. Interesting. Where does he drop from? He drops from up there. Okay. Right, and then optional boss. I never fought him before.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
I think we should have... What? We killed Jeremiah, his stuff should be good. Oh, maybe it's because we've got to kill him first.
Thou must return. This land is my bed.
Against my better judgment.
I expected as much from thee. Why dost thee hurry toward thine death?
Okay. So, she goes invisible. But she can hit us. She got some bleed on her as well. And we can see where she is, as per her footprints in the snow. Blood loss. I think I'm going to die from this. If we can stagger her. There we go. She stops being invisibility for a minute. Stops being invisibility. Learn to spell. Tail, some dagger or something. blocking isn't doing anything, we're probably better off. Just my bloodless again. Rolling a little too early for that. Right, let's look for the footprints. Where are they? Oh, we're here. Whoa, don't get this close, man. Yes! Nice! First time I've done that. I don't usually go for it. You know what? Whatever. Oh, nice! Defeat Crossbreed Priscilla. Aren't we supposed to have some things here? Alright, fine. Anyway, this is us. And that, I think, is one of the cooler areas of Dark Souls, man. You know, like, it's full of interesting stuff. You've got monsters that do different things. Big fan of it. I think it's great. Plus, getting there is kind of cool because you've got a homeward boat. Oh, no. We're all the way in here. Coming for us. I wonder if we can just sprint our way through. Just absolutely cheese it through. Yeah. Why not? They won't follow us that far, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Famous last words. So, you didn't see this in the last episode, those guys are called Painting Guardians. They are kind of cool in their own way. I don't know. I think their clothes look kind of goofy. And there was this thing that was talking about, like a helix, kind of corkscrew tower. This is where we're going next. And this is where we fought a couple more gargoyles. It was all over. So I'm going to get back to the bonfire, put a couple of levels in. I think we'll put some levels into stamina because I would like to be able to carry more better armour. Not necessarily tank and spank, but at the moment this armour that we're wearing is doing for gold. Possibly because it's a big cloth robe. Why are we even wearing it? I think we might be able to do better. Go through some fashion souls. See if we can do anything cool. Possibly bump up the bonfire since we've got the soft humanity for it. And then we've got like one of the worst runbacks there is. If we want it. Or... yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Let's put a loop into that and... yeah. Happy with that. Marvellous. Alright. That is us. I will catch you guys on the flip side. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.